We've currently got a special offer live now on poodlecfb.com for the launch of College Football 26. Use code KICKOFF, all caps, for $50 off the annual plan, or code KICKOFF 2025 for $5 off the monthly plan. You'll unlock exclusive spreadsheets, in-depth info, and our members-only Discord. Join hundreds of members in the fastest-growing CFB 26 community out there. Don't miss out and sign up now. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Poodle back with another CFB 26 video. And in today's video, I'll be showing you guys a super cool, insane coaching method that essentially allows you to go past level 100. Before we get into the video, guys, though, as always, if you haven't already, check out poodlecfb.com to gain access to the greatest calculators, tools, CFB tactics, methods, and discussions with some of the brightest minds of the community. You can get all that over on poodlecfb.com. If you use code KICKOFF, all caps, you get $50 off the annual plan. And if you use code KICKOFF 2025, all caps, you get $5 off the monthly plan. Remember, this is a recurring grandfathered discount, so locking yourself in now essentially locks you into one of the best deals of the year, and you're able to keep this for as long as you are a member. So come join now, start getting acclimated early on in the Dynasty season. That way you can dominate your friends and family, your league mates, and make them basically accuse you of cheating, because that's kind of what we're going for here. But let's get into it. So guys, this method's really cool. For a lot of you new players, you may not have heard of it yet. For a lot of you players from last year, you may remember, but there are a few considerations here a little different than last year. So first and foremost, you want to start a new dynasty. You can do this with Georgia, Ohio State, Clemson, but for me personally, I think Georgia and Ohio State are the two you want to be doing this method with. So I'm going to lean Georgia a tad, but Ohio State's very useful. The reason Ohio State's less useful, and just remember this for later, is going to be that their offensive coordinator is an elite recruiter, which would make me very excited, except the elite recruiter takes a while to unlock, and there's no promise he stays there long enough. If he does, that really is the best route to go. If otherwise, it's Georgia, but I'll go through a bit of both. So, and start with Georgia. Now, you have to start as a coordinator. Now, when starting as a coordinator, look at both of which. You want to keep the one coordinator that's going to benefit your coach build the most. Now, if you guys haven't already, check out my greatest coaching build in Dynasty mode, and by doing so, you can match it. So for me, in my greatest coaching build, talent developer is in there. So I definitely want a coordinator who has talent developer. So for me, I don't care for architect, so I'm probably going to go D coordinator on Georgia. Now, if I did this with Ohio State, it would be a little different. So with Ohio State, I would likely go, see, their offensive coordinator has elite recruiter, different, but I want that too. And this guy's a strategist, so I'd be going D coordinator as well. Now, if we were to go to Clemson, let's say, which is another school you can do this with, these are all schools with the CEO package. So with Clemson, I clicked LSU. With Clemson, it would, let's see what theirs would be on who I'd want to kick the can to and knock them off the team. Offensive coordinator is a strategist, and D coordinator is a strategist. So I actually wouldn't care. I'd actually probably just keep the higher level one, which is going to be Tom Allen, and I'd probably go O coordinator here. But for the sake of this, the higher ceiling, in my opinion, is going to be Ohio State, because they have an elite recruiter coordinator. Now, the problem with Ohio State is that it might take you 2 seasons to get your elite recruiter on your guy, and you won't be able to take advantage of it. So we're going to start with Georgia here, and we're going to go defensive coordinator, and we're going to create a custom coach, go recruiter, go motivator, your choice. You can go in there. None of this matters for now. You can work through all of that later. Now, while doing this, you're going to want to come through all these scenes, and there's a bunch of things here. So don't skip to the end of the video. Don't skip around. There's a lot of things you got to note about how this is going to work and how to maximize this. So I'm going to go through to the coaching screen once we're in and start breaking this down for you one by one. Coach abilities. Let's go to Coach Kirby Smart. The reason this works, and the reason this even is a thing, is because they have the CEO package. Now, the CEO package has this really cool package called Bundle Discount. Now, as a regular head coach, Bundle Discount doesn't help much, at least not in last year's game, because there was only 50 levels. By the time you unlocked CEO and you bought everything else, you basically, the extra 2 points less for every coach in your staff, it wasn't that viable, because it cost you 30 points to buy CEO, right? Then it would cost you an additional 16 to get in here. You're looking at 46 points, and there wasn't that many last year. This year's a little different because you do get more points. You do get up to level 100, but this method allows you to kind of leech off CEO early and then become a head coach after. Great for offline leagues, could be used in online leagues that you start with coordinator. You might have to like draw straws here and like do a whole lottery system for who gets Ohio State, Clemson, or Georgia. But you get, for every package that a coach on your team has, you get 2 coaching points less for that cost. So for instance, let's look at this. Kirby Smart has unlocked advanced look on DL at tier 1. Our defensive coordinator, which is us, our offensive coordinator has advanced look, not tier 1 there. So you'd only save 2 points. So when you go to our D coordinator, if I was to go buy it, which is us, it would cost me 6 points. So if we look, every package that one of our coaches has is 6. Every one that none of them have, which is this one, 8. So these packages are usually 8, but you get discounted 6 for all the ones that are owned by my staff. So if there's any crossover where they both own something, it would actually be even cheaper than that. So if we can find anything that has some crossover, that'd be awesome. But see here, these are usually 12. This whole bundle here is 10. These are 12, these are 12, these are 12, 12. This one's 10 in the beginning. So there's some things you want to pay attention to here. First and foremost, there's some risk involved with how long you wait. Remember, in theory, Kirby Smart's going to be upgraded every year. So what's he going to upgrade? Likely Motivator and Recruiter. So if you give him another season or two, he's going to start upgrading some of these packages. So if you wait, you'll get more bonuses. Now remember, also our offensive coordinator. Likely, he's going to spend some more in Recruiter, and he's going to spend some more in Talent Developer. The more he spends after every season is the more you can actually do. So personally, I recommend waiting till the end of the first season to upgrade basically anything as a coordinator, but you do run this risk of your coach leaving. You run the risk of the head coach or the offensive coordinator leaving. If you're in an off-on league, I recommend just running this through until you get lucky enough. They don't always leave. Let's go take a look at Kirby Smart's packages. Some of them may have packages that actually retain some coordinators, so that's something to factor in here as well. As you guys see, let's see if he has it. He has almost everything. He doesn't have that one. So, or actually, it might be the package and program builder. Let's see if he has it. I know there's one for retaining your coordinators. Does he have it? It does not look like he does. So that's going to be right here, the coaching family. So he does not have that. So you do run the risk of these players leaving you on a whim whenever they wanted, these coordinators. But for the most part, I rather wait, because so the way this is going to work is, think about it this way. If something costs 10 or 8, right? This costs 8 usually, but you can get it for 6. You're essentially knocking off 1/4 of the total cost, 25%. So if you wait, you do have a chance of knocking it down 50%. Because keep in mind, right now this is 6, right? But if we got one of the other coaches to unlock the same package over time as they randomly upgrade their stuff, that would drop to 4. Now you're 50%. So I recommend waiting a little bit longer. So what does this do for you? Let's say everything's considered equal and every person creates a custom coach. You have 1,000 points to spend. Let's say 1,000 points got you 50 packages. Let's just say, for all intents and purposes, got you 50 packages. If you were to knock this down 25% of the cost, you can get an additional 25% of packages. So let's say another 12.5. So now you can get 62.5 packages. Let's say you knocked it down to 4 points and you get an extra 50% of stuff. You could knock it up to like getting 75 packages versus someone with 50. This coach quite literally be the most goated meta build coach. In our ideal coach build, if you do this the right way, they'd have Talent Developer maxed, Elite Recruiter maxed, Motivator maxed. They could max out CEO. You basically get another 50% of points, and that's what we're missing to finish off a lot of these packages. You could even dabble into Architect too. You can do Talent Developer and Architect. You could build the most god tier coach. So what you want to do here now is this. What I recommend doing, like I said, is probably advancing through one season, which I'll show you here and show you how that goes. Oh, and one more thing for consideration. You do want Elite Recruiter unlocked. So part of the benefit of doing this is that as Georgia, first, they're going to win a lot. They're going to win a lot, so you need unlock requirements. So you need players drafted in the first round. You need 2. As Georgia, that's going to happen year 1. That's awesome. Done. For Master Motivator, you're going to need to get to a certain level. For Architect, you're going to need some wins against rivals. And for Recruiter, Elite Recruiter, you're going to need 2 top 5 classes. So what I recommend doing is, before you sim, is actually playing as Georgia a little bit and going and filling out your recruiting board. Make sure you get a top 5 class 2 times. This is going to get basically what this method does for you. He not only gives you a demigod super coach that gets an extra 50% of all packages on everything and getting every package you want, it also unlocks all your requirements in the first year, because Georgia's going to win a lot, they're going to recruit well, and they're going to do all your requirements early for you. So that's part of the key here. So make sure you do that. Go over to force win your whole season, or play it legitly. If it's a real online league, you can't do that. But then you can go ahead and sim, and I'll kind of show you guys what this looks like. All right, guys, so we simmed through. Hopefully our coach stayed and we had no other issues there. So Scruggs is here, Kirby Smart's here. Let's see what happened. Let's see if anything got upgraded. So let's go through our coordinator. We have 230 points. First off, being Georgia allows you to get to 230 points in the first season. That's the first thing. Second, 2 players drafted in the first round. Somehow that didn't happen. But again, if you were to actually play the season, upgrade your players manually. Again, you auto upgrade. We probably didn't upgrade our players. You do all that. That probably makes sense why that happened. Signed 2 recruiting class. I didn't automatically do it myself. But if you play Architect, got completed already. If you played through, you would have completed Architect. You'd likely complete Talent Developer and complete Elite Recruiter in the first 2 seasons. But let's go through and see what we have. So these are all still on 6. Anything get upgraded that was a 4. It doesn't look like it. But a lot more of these Elite Recruiter ones are knocked down, it looks like. Let's go to Talent Developer, see if anything else got touched here. Some more are on 10. And then Motivator, did they get any crossover on that tier at all? There you go, there's our first 4. So now you get to see what the 4s look like as you go through. So if you wait long enough, like right now, we can take advantage of this. We can go buy this package. We can buy Motivator. We can go in, knock out our first 4. And we can keep waiting. You can sim another season and keep seeing how many you can get to 4, or how many of the elite ones you can get down to 8, and so on and so forth, try to maximize it. You're not going to get it all, but if you get enough of them, your coach is going to be OP. So here we can wait again if you want. You can wait another season. You can control it, and at the end of the next year, do it. The only risk you run is possibly losing one of your coordinators. You can always hire another one, but it would suck because part of picking this one was that they did have the talent developer coach. But you guys get the gist. So we're getting them for so much. That's half off. This one's 25% off. You can go all the way through and do it. And I'll show you guys here just a quick idea of like how much we can upgrade in 1 year. Just take note. This is just 1 season. You would never be able to upgrade all of this in 1 year. And this is without the 4. If we can get them all down to 4 or 6, you'd be able to do so much more damage here. But we need to wait a little bit longer. It's really about your like how much you're willing to wait if you're in an online league. How long are you willing to not take a full-time job, so on and so forth. But as you see, with enough 6s and 8s, we finished our entire ideal coach build for Motivator in 1 shot in 1 year, and it looks like we'll be able to go across and clean sweep our entire recruiter setup for the beginning. So something that's unheard of is that we were able to do our full thing. I'm not going any deeper on this. We did our full recruiter, our full motivator, with an additional 26 left, which we could potentially use after this year to upgrade talent developer and go in on there. But we were able to finish motivator and recruiter in 1 full shot with 26 to spare. If we had waited 1 more season, maybe 2 more seasons, especially if you're in an offline league and you don't care how long you go, you can wait 2-3 more seasons, right? Get through this, and you get it down to 4. We probably have like, I don't know, 60, 80 points left. You can almost finish or start working on talent developer and finish a bunch of those 2 next. Super OP. The one thing I said is that you have to make sure you actually like do user stuff the first season or 2. Make sure you don't have to play the games, but make sure you do recruiting. You could force win the team if you want, but you make sure you do the recruiting. That way you actually can unlock that, and make sure you upgrade your players manually. If you don't want to upgrade them manually, you can go into Dynasty Central and set your progressed players all the way at the bottom. Make sure that is set to on to make sure that players do get drafted. So let's go all the way down here to auto progress players. You can leave that on, make sure it's on if it's not already on. User coach auto progression. You can do all of that too, but that will impact your coach. So again, don't touch that one. Make sure you just put this on. You could also set it's auto recruiting, but there's no guarantee that Georgia finishes top 5. So that's really it, guys. That basically wraps up today's video. This is the way to build, quite honestly, the greatest coach ever. You will probably, if you have a 100 level coach, you could probably, it's really like an 150 level coach if you can get everything at 4s and 8s for the hybrid builds. And if you could do everything at 25%, it's really like an 125 level coach. And then if you do the 100 extra points from the pre-order, you're cooking. Like, this coach will be absolutely unreal. Then what you do is, when you're finally done, you got enough of it done and you're happy and you're good to go, you can go at the end of the season during the coaching carousel and accept the full-time offer. And thankfully, the problem with last year was that the coaching carousel was kind of broken, and you would get like Akron or Ball State. Like, you'd get the worst offers as a coordinator for Georgia. This year, you're actually gonna get real offers. So once you're done with your coach, you got him close enough to the way you want him, accept a real offer and begin your dynasty. And this is great for a lot of people who say like, I hate the fact that I can't go past level 100, or last year was level 50. This should have been higher. I'm in an offline 20-year league. I'm getting bored. This is a way to basically get that meta fun coach. At some point, I'll probably make a video going over how to increase past level 100 and break this down much quicker for switching to other schools and getting that meta coach you want. But if you can follow this is basically the same thing. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't already, check out poodlecfb.com. Use code KICKOFF, all caps, for $50 off the annual plan, and code KICKOFF 2025 for $5 off the monthly plan. Things like this, studies like this, packages, math, all that stuff that you could ever need to dominate your dynasties over in that website and that Discord chat. You'd also get hooked up into our Dynasty League, and of course, just be connected with some of the greatest minds of the community. We have constant chatter in there, talk, discussions, A/B testing, so on and so forth. Make sure to use those codes because you're grandfathered in for the lifetime of your deal. Thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Subscribe if you're new. We're on the road to 100K, but I'd settle for 50. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out. Peace.